So this is a rally. So since this is a rally, I'm going to do a little test to see who's been involved and who's been paying attention. Fired up?
Ready to go!
Fired up?
Ready to go!
Fired up?
Ready to go!
All right, you guys have been there. This is now an official rally. It really is good to be here with you today. Like you, brother, as you can tell, at one time, since my title was Chief Counsel, I was a black law student. I don't have any basketball scores for you, so you have to check your BlackBerries and cell phones for that. But I am with Obama for America, and we have just been so excited at the reception that we've received across the country. The grassroots energy in primaries and caucuses, red states, blue states, purple states, big states, small states, we have shocked the world. And I say we not to talk about Barack or to talk about myself, but really to talk about you all. We have been absolutely thrilled at the number of students that have come out and participated in this election, and I'm here to ask you to do a little bit more. But the first thing I actually want to talk about is my birthday. That's what happens when you give somebody the mic. They can talk about what they want to talk about. It was my birthday. It was earlier this week. And my wife gave me a present. She took me to a show in New York. We went to go see Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Don't tell Obama that I took any time off. He was on some island somewhere relaxing, so I decided to go relax myself. So Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, so for those of you who don't know it, is this Tennessee Williams classic American play, right? Set in the 1950s in the South about a family that owns a lot of land. And the best thing about this play was the cast. This amazing cast. James Earl Jones, Felicia Rashad, Terrence Howard. Yes, black folks. In the Tennessee Williams play about this land-owning family in the Jim Crow South. But what I realized about midway through it was that, this wasn't, it was remarkable to me how unremarkable this was. I stopped being shocked by the fact that these black folks were up there on stage and frankly got used to it. We've gotten used to this over time, right? We need to recognize, I think, the progress that we've made in this country. If you're looking back and celebrating a 40-year anniversary, I think you need to realize how used to black power we are. Black judges, black partners in law firms, prominent members of the bar, political power, mayors, governors, state legislatures, and yes, we're even starting to get used to the idea of electing the first black president. Now that means we're going to have to change that joke. You know that joke? Where they say if there's a black president, it's a science fiction movie or something, in the future. But we have to come up with something new. So with all that progress, I guess the question I think that some people may ask is, do we still need a BLSA? Do we still need a National Black Law Students Association? With all the progress that we've made, I submit that we do, for several reasons. The first is obviously for you all. I remember being a law student. It wasn't that long ago. I didn't have any lawyers in my family. The only lawyers that I met, you just heard about. I talked my way from being a bike messenger into a job as a paralegal at Sidley and Austin, mostly because I had heard when I was delivering packages that it was the biggest firm in the city, so I figured they had a lot of jobs. So I walked into law school a little intimidated. I didn't have a record of strong academic excellence. What I had was potential and people who wanted to give me the opportunity to realize that potential. And the folks from BLSA were there for me. The 2 L's and the 3 L's, with some sample tests and some notes and some hints, a couple drinks when we needed them, and a family, which is what I needed to be able to really succeed and express myself. Got an opportunity to lead, got an opportunity to try, got an opportunity to fail, got an opportunity to succeed. And BLSA is very important for you all, for the law students that have come before you, and for the law students that have come after you. But I think BLSA is important for other reasons. And we need BLSA right now for other reasons. So, I've traveled all around this country in the past year and a half on this election. Traveled more than I did the rest of my entire life before this. This country is in pain. This country is hurting. We have one small percentage of our population, many people of color, who are doing all the sacrificing in this war. We have many experts who think we're in the middle of a recession, which means that the country's got a cold, which means our people have pneumonia. We have all of the same problems that we've been talking about and going on and on about for years. The problems that the mayor here is dealing with in Detroit, that mayors and governors and leaders and citizens are dealing with on their own in the community because we're in the middle of the ownership society, which my boss calls the you're on your own society, which means the government's not there to help you. You need to pull up your own bootstraps. You need to look out for yourselves. And so we're at a crossroads in this country right now. This country, just like we've been at crossroads before, during the industrial era, after the Great Depression, after World War, after black folks and white folks and others of all races went down to the South and challenged this country to live up to the meaning of its creed. We're at a crossroads, so that means we have a choice. Now you can make one choice, right? Which says, look out for yourself, look out for your own. Be divided from each other, be afraid of those people who aren't like you, who don't look like you, who don't talk like you, that your problems are because of them. And so you need to spend your time taking care of yourself and protecting your people from them. That's one choice. But we have another choice, and this is the choice I hope you make. The yes we can choice, right? The choice that says that we can get involved, that it's our generation's turn to remake this country, that we can succeed in an era of globalization. So I want to know today, I want you to ask yourselves, where is BALSA going to be when the history of this time is written? When this moment is over, when we have remade this country to make the American dream real, when we have defeated terrorist enemies, when we have become a winner in an era of globalization, when we have recreated and asked ourselves the question, not how are we going to protect what Roosevelt created in the New Deal, but what would Roosevelt and those who were with him and King and others do today if they were sitting in the chair? When that history is written, what is it going to say about you? Did you march? Did you register to vote? Did you vote? Did you register other people? Did you use your legal training to protect the right to vote for those who would otherwise be intimidated or bamboozled or tricked out of casting their vote? What did you do? I know that the choice could be, right, that you decided, you know what, I got my law degree, I worked hard, I made a lot of sacrifices, people made sacrifices for me, I'm going to get paid. That's all right. I like nice suits, and you can get cars and get a lot of electronic toys, but Barack Obama would call that a poverty of ambition. Because with your talent and your education, your skill, making money is easy. You should strive to do more. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. I'm looking forward to living in the country that you create. I'm looking forward to hearing you and watching you say, yes, we can. And I'm looking forward to participating with you in remaking this world. Thank you for having me.